could talk to you about what works for me in black and white photography, i.e. a strong subject, good contrast and having the right proportion of tonal ranges, but that's not the question. The question is, why do I like black and white photography? It's a difficult one, trying to explain what for me is an instinctive attraction to this genre of photography. Many of these points will not be new, as, let's face it, black and white photography has survived the times from when the medium was used as a majority due to limitations in modern techniques and technologies to now, where the digital age can produce colours across a wide spectrum. So unlike since the introduction of colour television, where the black and white set is no longer in use, why is it that black and white photography still remains popular? The weather conditions and the landscape itself leads me to choosing black and white over colour. Often the colours available play no part in the image for me. That's where form, patterns, textures become a better option, and black and white allows me to emphasise that more. Such as where I am today. This is my favourite location in the Yorkshire Dales when it comes to shooting landscape photography in black and white. You've got strong features such as the trees, and when there's not a coating of snow, some good patterns in the limestone itself. I've played around with trying to compose a few shots, 35mm on. The usual patterns which are usually on site, as I say, are covered in snow. However, I've found some features where the actual snow itself has emphasised that strong leading line pattern, and not as thick now, but when I first came early this morning, there was more mist about, and that obviously helps with getting rid of the distractions in the further background. We've got a tree there, and in the background as well, further behind that, we've got another tree, just to add that little extra depth. It may be how I process what we see in images and what triggers that chemical reaction. Photography is subjective, we all know that, and what appeals to me may not appeal to others, but a good, clean, strong, dynamic image always grabs my attention. Now, you see there, that tree, I've shot this before. It's a lovely looking tree. I've just moved away from the wall. The problem I've got, again, due to the covering of snow, is it's hiding the strong patterns from the limestone, so it's limiting my options. The only real option I've got, in fact, is use of that wall there as a leading line. I like to keep my images nice and clean and simple, and the black and white option gives me that. Now, this scene here is an example where you can have more than one main focal point. It's basically comprised of a number of trees all spaced out different distances, adding that depth, but also a rock on the right hand side. Using the telephoto, again, homing in, because there's still some other trees which I don't want to include in the frame. Of course, clean, simple, dynamic applies to colour photography as well. So what else is it? What is the appeal to me of black and white photography? Well, away from the aesthetic appeal, black and white photography for me, and I've said it many times before, gives that emotion, brings that mood to the images. that's it. Perhaps that's the main reason I have an attraction to black and white photography, because I may be moody, so and so. This image here, which I shot in Saltaire, one of my recent videos, is, I won't say it's simple, yet it still has good balance and composition. The subjects of a 19th century village and mill works well with black and white, as it relates to that era and that feel and that emotion. Now of course you take away the colour, you take away the reality. It throws you into another world, an escape from the norm, which is important to me. So I've actually answered my own question. Why do I have a preference to shoot black and white photography? For me, it's personal choice. It just gives me that added simplicity. Nice, clean lines. I don't know, it goes down to maybe personal characteristics. It gives that added mood, that added emotion. In post-processing, it allows me to go that bit further. I don't know, but hopefully this video has given you some insight of the answer to the question. Right, until next time, keep good care of yourself, keep smiling, and bye bye for now.